What if I told you a poor, landlocked country in West Africa just built one of the biggest highways on the whole continent? No foreign loans, no World Bank check, just its own people with their own hands, building their own road. Would you believe me? Burkina Faso just did exactly that. And by the end of this video, you will see why France is angry about it. You will see why this road is not just a road. Let's talk about it. Let's start with the basics. Burkina Faso is building a highway from the capital, Ouagadougou, to the second biggest city, Bobo, Dioulasso. That is 332 kilometers, 8 lanes wide, built for cars going 140 kilometers in an hour. Now stop and think about that for a second. That is not a small dirt road. That is a full modern expressway, the kind you see in rich countries, not poor ones. And here is the part that could shock you. They cleared the entire 332 kilometer path in 40 days. 40 days. That means they were clearing almost 6 kilometers of raw land every single day. Crews were working day and night, no stopping. People are calling it a wartime pace. And when you look at it from the air, it does not look like a construction. It looks like an army moving across the land. Here's the question everyone should be asking. If Burkina Faso is poor and it has no big foreign loans for this road, who is building it? The answer is simple. The people are building it. Regular citizens, old men in their 60s, women pushing wheelbarrows full of sand, soldiers, students still in their school uniforms, showing up straight after class. One elderly woman in her 80s gave 2 bags of cement from her own savings. Think about that. An elderly 80-year-old woman giving her own savings to help build a road. This is not forced labor. One man said it clearly. He comes to the site at 8 in the morning. He leaves at 5 in the evening. He does this for free. Why? Because he wants to help build his country. This whole movement has a name. It is called Faso Mayabbo. In the local Maori language, it means building the fatherland. The idea is simple. Instead of paying a foreign company millions of dollars, the government trains its own engineers. It buys its own machines. It sends in soldiers to help build side by side with regular people. No foreign company takes a big profit cut. No money leaves the country. Let's talk numbers, because this is where it gets crazy. Normally, when an African country builds a highway like this, it hires a foreign contractor. That usually costs around $2 billion. Burkina Faso did not do that. For the 2026 budget year, the government put in about $357 million straight from state money. No foreign bank, no foreign loan. That works out to about $1.7 million per kilometer. Now compare that to other countries. Kenya built a 50-kilometer highway for $360 million. That is $7.2 million per kilometer. Uganda built a 51-kilometer highway for $476 million. That is $9.3 million per kilometer. And that will take 20 years to pay back. So think about that. Burkina Faso is building a highway 6 times longer than Kenya's for close to the same total cost. Now, to be fair, the price may rise later, maybe up to $3 million per kilometer as the harder work begins. But even then, this is still far cheaper than the normal foreign contractor model. Some experts believe this approach could cut the total cost by more than 60%. That is the power of building it yourself. This highway is not the only project. The capital city, Ouagadougou, used to have narrow, crowded streets. 2 cars could barely pass each other. Motorbikes squeezed through tiny gaps. Residents said crashes happened almost every week. In mid-2026, the city opened 8 brand new roads, all at once, over 22 kilometers of new roads. The biggest one is called the Northern Ring Road. It is 10 kilometers long and it goes around the city with an overpass. The whole point of this road is to pull big trucks and long trips out of the busy city center. These new roads even have solar-powered streetlights controlled by a smart digital system. That means the lights work even without a external power grid. A truck driver said it plainly. Thanks to the new roads, travel is now faster and smoother. This batch of 8 roads cost about $70 million. This one was partly funded with the outside help from a regional development bank and a local bank called Visa. So not every project in Burkina Faso is 100% self-funded, but the biggest and most symbolic one, the 332-kilometer highway, is. Now here is something most people miss. Some of these roads are not just for trade or traffic, they are for defense. There is a 42-kilometer road from Kaya to Baselago. It goes straight into an active conflict zone. And guess what? The road was also funded 100% by ordinary citizens through a national support fund. No foreign loans there either. Regular people gave their own money to build a road into a war zone. They finished it in January 2026 ahead of schedule. So when you zoom out and look at the whole map of new roads, you start to see something. This is not just about moving goods faster. It is about a country building the power to move its own soldiers, supplies and people quickly to wherever it needs to. Now, let's get to the real story. The one hiding underneath the asphalt. Look at where the highway is going. It runs from the capital towards the west, and its direction lines up towards the border with Mali. And at the same time, Mali is building roads heading to the east. Niger is building roads heading west. These 3 countries, Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger, already have a joint military alliance. It is called the Alliance of Sahel States. They already work together on security, but an alliance needs more than soldiers. It needs roads. It needs a way to move supplies fast. Between these 3 countries, no government has officially announced a joint highway project connecting all 3 nations. There is no signed treaty you can read, but look at the direction of the roads. Look at where the money is going. The shape of a future connected to Sahel is already forming on the ground and in the depths. For about 60 years, France had deep influence in this region. The moment French forces were asked to leave, something changed. Infrastructure projects like this highway sped up fast. This is a path that makes leaders like France's president uncomfortable. A country that used to depend on outside help is now building its own future, its own way, and it is doing faster and cheaper than the old system ever allowed. So let's bring this all together. Burkina Faso is landlocked. It has no ports, no coastline. Every import has to pass through a neighboring country first. That makes roads like this one in a lifeline, not luxury. And instead of waiting for foreign money or foreign companies, the country is building its own lifeline with its own people. An 80-year-old woman giving her savings, a soldier working in the world, a student in her school uniform picking a shovel after class. That is what is building this highway. Not a foreign contractor, not a foreign bank, the people. If you want to see other massive projects Ibrahim Traoré is building right now, roads, rail and more, check out on our next video. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next update from the Sahel. My name is Blessing Chris. See you in the next one.